In case you hadn't noticed, it has somehow become uncool to sound like you know what you're talking about, or believe strongly in what you're, saying. Invisible question marks and parenthetical you-knows and you know what I'm sayings have been attaching themselves to the ends of our sentences, even when those sentences aren't, questions. You know? Declarative sentences, so called because they used to, declare things to be true, okay, as opposed to other things are, totally, not, and have been infected by this tragically hip and totally cool interrogative tone. You know what I'm saying? But, don't think I'm uncool just because I've noticed this. This is just like the word on the street, it's just like what I've heard. I have nothing personally invested in my own opinions, okay? I'm just inviting you to join me on the bandwagon of my own uncertainty. Okay? He says, the problem with teachers is, what's a kid gonna learn from someone who decided his best option in life was to become a teacher? He says, it's true what they say about teachers. Those who can, do, and those who can't, teach. Oh, I decide to bite my tongue instead of his, and refrain from reminding the other guests that it's also true what they say about lawyers, because we're eating, after all, and this is polite conversation. I mean, you're a teacher. Be honest. What do you make? And I wish he hadn't done that, asked me to be honest, because you see, I have this policy about honesty and ass-kicking, and that is, if you ask for it, then I have to let you have it. You want to know what I make? I make kids work harder than they ever thought they could. I can make a C+ feel like a Congressional Medal of Honor, and an A- feel like a slap in the face. How dare you waste my time with anything less than your very best? I can make kids sit through 40 minutes of study hall in absolute... No, you may not go to the bathroom. No, you can't ask a question. Why won't I let you go to the bathroom? Because you're bored, and you don't really have to go, do you? I can make parents tremble in fear when I call home right at around dinner time and say, hi, this is Michael's teacher. I hope I haven't called it a bad time. I just wanted to tell you about something your son said today. To the biggest bully in the school, he said, leave the kid alone. I still cry sometimes, don't you? And it was the noblest act of courage I have ever seen. I make parents see their children for who they are and for what they can be, and what has happened to our conviction? Where are the limbs out on which we once walked? Have they been, chopped down with the rest of the rainforest? Or do we just have, nothing to say? Have we become so, just so, that we've gotten to the point where it's just, whatever? And, actually, our disarticulation-ness is just a clever sort of thing to disguise the fact that we are the most aggressively inarticulate generation to come along since, a long, long time ago. So, you want to know what I make. I make kids wonder. I make them question. I make them criticize. I make them apologize and mean it. I make them read. I make them write. I make them spell definitely beautiful, definitely beautiful, definitely beautiful over and over and over again until they will never misspell either one of those words again. I make them show all their work in math and then hide it on their final drafts in English. And I make them realize that if you've got this, then you follow this. And if anyone ever tries to judge you for what you make, you give them this. Here, let me break it down for you so you know what I say is true. Teachers make a difference. What about you? I entreat you. I implore you. I exhort you. I challenge you to speak with conviction. To say what you believe in a manner that bespeaks the determination with which you believe it, because contrary to the wisdom of the bumper sticker, it is not enough these days to simply question authority. You have to speak with it, too.